So the final, this is what it's all about. Dan Bewley will go from the inside in the red helmet colour. Chris Harris out of gate number 2 in blue. What a night he's had. Charles Wright, likewise, another smashing night for him. Gate number 3 in white. And Robert Lambert choosing to go from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Bewley and Lambert, the Grand Prix stars. The world number 2, Robert Lambert, world number 4. Dan Bewley here in the final. Would it be a turn-up? Would it be Charles Wright or Harris that upsets the apple cart, defies the odds and comes through and picks up another British Championship? That will make 4 for Harris if he could do it, and 2 for Charles Wright. What a night it's been, and what a way to finish it off.
We've had 21 great races so far tonight. I've got a feeling we're about to see the best one of the night.
Dan Bewley picks up the Nigel Pearson Award with 34% of the votes on Twitter. Congratulations to Dan Bewley for that. Here we go. 4 big laps here in the grand final. Takes her up. We're away. We're into the first corner. Bewley's got there. Robert Lambert coming around the outside of Harris. Harris hanging on in second place. Here comes Lambert trying to put the pressure on. Dan Bewley. Bewley's gone wide. Lambert's got up the inside. Will he block past? Yes, he has. Bewley has to get out of the way. Here comes Harris. That mixes things up big time. And an advantage to Robert Lambert with Bewley at the back.
Robert Lambert really engineered that first lap. I've got a feeling he had a game plan all along and he worked it absolutely perfectly. Oh, look at the battle now between Bewley, Wright, Harris now following Lambert right around the outside. Bewley hits the front again.
Lambert now trying to repay the compliment. Lambert's gone very, very wide as well. Bewley once again is blocked, but Harris now hits the front. Chris Harris has now come to the front. Charles Wright round the inside. What a race. This is incredible racing.
Oh, it comes Harris again.
Round the outside, this is the final effort of the rest of the night. Robert Lambert wins the British Championship. What a Speedway race. Oh my goodness gracious me.
That was crazy.
It does not get any better than that. That was an extraordinary race.
That was extreme.
I can't quite believe what I've just witnessed.
That was extreme.
That was incredible. Robert Lambert somehow won that race. Dan Bewley was in front twice. Lambert likewise. Harris was in front. Everybody was in front. Everybody was in front at some stage. Absolute joy. I think some people in the crowd, including themselves, are a little bit shocked about what we've just seen.
Here we see it again.
You might need some help here.
Unbelievable stuff.
You might need some help.
Dan Bewley there does well to control the bike. Didn't want to run to the outside. Bike nearly made him do it as he just collected a small rut. Hits the front. You've got to think at this point it's all over. Goes to the outside now. This was a great move from Lambert. Didn't actually close the door completely, but he did enough to make sure that Dan Bewley thought about keeping it going. He didn't. He got off the throttle. And Robert Lambert at this point hits the front. Charles Wright has done great to come from last into third. Chris Harris just keeps appearing from nowhere on the outside, the inside. He was absolutely everywhere, determined. And then, of course, Dan Bewley hits the front again with a super move. Look for the second block pass again. Bewley knew it was coming, absolutely knew it was coming. Chris Harris hits the front.
Harris is now going to be British champion. But then Charles Wright has now hit the front. He's come from last. He's hit the front.
Oh, no, hang on. Here comes Chris Harris.
This was just too much action to actually commentate on. But out of the final corner, Robert Lambert holds firm and picks up a win on the night, which was just, I don't think any of them would have been in a Speedway race quite as dramatic as that. That was an extraordinary bit of action, and that man came through in flying colours, and congratulations to him. And as I say, for Charles Wright, what an opportunity to have a couple of Grand Prix here next month.